Here's how to make a Lil Tecca beat on FL Studio. Let's jump straight in. We're going to start by going into our piano roll, which we can do by clicking up here. Now we're in the piano roll, we can add some chords. Our first instrument that we're going to be using is an electric piano, specifically a Rhodes style. So we can go up here and click on this button to select our channel rack. And we can now select this button here to add a plugin. You can use any plugins you want, but for this beat, almost all of my sounds have come from Grain X4, which is my plugin, or Analog Lab. This first sound is a preset from Analog Lab called Moment by Moment. Once we have our plugin, we can right click it and click on the piano roll button, which will load us into here. For this type of sound, we're going to want to utilize 7th chords. But first, we want to know what notes we can use. So we can click on this button up here, go down to View, go to Scale Highlighting, and this is where we can select the scale that we want to view. We're going to be using the minor natural, which we could just call the minor scale. And we can choose any root note. I want to use F sharp for this, so we can select this here. Now we can see every single note that's in the scale, as this is highlighted in a slightly lighter tone. The darker tone are the notes that we can't use as they're outside of the scale. We're going to start with an F sharp minor chord, specifically an F sharp minor 7th chord. This is called a 7th chord as it uses the first note, skips the second note, adds the third note, skips the 4th, adds the 5th, skips the 6th, and adds the 7th note. Notice that when I'm talking about the notes that are being skipped and added, I'm only referring to the notes in the scale. So we are completely ignoring the notes with darker tones next to them, because remember, they're outside of our scale. 7th chords are known for having a jazz style to them, which is exactly what we want because this is a form of new jazz beat. For our next chord, we're going to be adding a B minor 7th chord, which follows the exact same rules as the first chord, apart from we're starting on the note B. The only change we're making to this chord is that we're going to select the top 2 notes by pressing Ctrl and left click and dragging over these 2 notes, and pressing Ctrl and down to shift these down an octave. This does not change the chord, it's exactly the same as before, still a B minor 7th chord, but it's been revoiced. And finally, we're using a C sharp minor 7th chord. But again, we've revoiced this chord by shifting the C sharp up an octave. These 3 chords over here are exactly the same as the first chords, apart from the second chord is revoiced. Here you can see they're exactly the same, but we've shifted these notes around in different octaves. For this type of sound, it's great to add some kind of humanization to this. So we can manually adjust velocities for different notes by left clicking down here at the bottom on the velocities tab. Or we could use a simple trick where we go to this wrench tool, select randomize or the humanize functionality, and we can adjust the velocity here and then press accept. We can also manually adjust the start times. By pressing Alt on your keyboard and left click and dragging, we can adjust them by smaller increments than if we didn't press Alt and it snaps to the grid. Here's how these chords sound. Now we're going to copy these chords by holding Ctrl and left click and dragging over the chords, pressing Ctrl and C on our keyboard, then scrolling up here to a new pattern, going into our channel rack, adding a new plugin like we did before, going into this plugin and pressing Ctrl and V to paste these chords in. For this sound, I wanted a pad. A pad is a sound with a slightly slower attack that typically sits in the background of a melody, just to fill this out and add ambience. Here's how this sounds. Now we can start to add a few more layers to fill this out. Again, we're simply clicking into the channel rack with this button here, pressing the plus icon and loading up new plugins, which we're using different sounds for every single time. In this example, I'm using the Sprinter lead, again from my plugin Grain X4, which by the way is currently discounted and linked in the description of this video if you want to check it out. This sound is slightly different to the chords. It is an example of a monophonic sound. Monophonic meaning it can only play one note at a time. We can use this button here, glide, or on other plugins it may be called solo mode or monophonic mode, to adjust the time it takes to slide between different notes when they overlap. For the pattern, we can use any notes in our scale. Just find something that you like the sound of that sits well above the chords. There's not really too much of a science to it. Here's how this sounds. And finally, I've loaded up another sound. This is the wood hit bell, again from Grain X4, and it plays this melody at the end of the pattern. I've also taken the chords again by copy and pasting these, but I've shifted them so that they play broken chords, basically one note after another. For the preset here, I've used this key, and here's how this sounds. Now we can go back into the playlist by clicking this button up here, and if we click this button here, we can see all of our patterns down the side. You'll notice that there's some more, don't worry, these are for the drums which I add later. We can then drag all of these into the playlist. Here's how this sounds all together. We now want to add some kind of vocal. You can either record your vocals yourself into FL Studio, or you can find some online. Here's a vocal on a site called Splice. It's in the key of E minor, and since we're in the key of F sharp minor for our chords and our melodies, we'll need to pitch this up. So we can double click into this pattern, and we can adjust the pitch knob here. Since F sharp is 2 notes above E, we just need to pitch it up by 2 notes, or 200 cents. Here's how this sounds. We can now highlight this entire section. Click this button here, go to edit, and go to merge selected clips, which will merge or render it into one audio clip. We can then double click into this, and I've decided to pitch it down by 3 semitones. So we're now in the key of D sharp minor. That's important to know, as later we're going to add an 808 bass line, which will need to be in the right key. Here's how this now sounds. I then wanted to add some effects to this. So we can double click this and we can send it to a mixer track by clicking this and dragging our mouse up or down to assign it to a mixer track. Make sure to choose an empty one. I've chosen mixer track number 17. We can then press this button up here to open our mixer track. And on insert number 17, we can add effects over here. I've decided to add some RC20 retro color. This is a third-party effect plugin. These are the effects I used, and here's how this sounds. But no, it won't make a ton of difference. One thing that I'd like to quickly mention is that I also rendered another version of the audio clips. When we rendered all of these together earlier, I rendered a version that didn't include the vocal, which we can use during the verse. Here's how this sounds. Right, now it's drum time. The drums are pretty simple. I'm going to start by taking drum sounds that I like the sound of. For this beat, I'm using my Listen Up drum kit, which is also linked in the description of this video. I used a Spins 808, which is a pretty generic sound, but is used in a ton of trap beats. I simply left clicked on this and then dragged it into the channel rack onto an empty slot. I then also took this hi-hat right here, this occult snare, and the incantation snare. Oh, and I also took another 808 and an open hat. For the 808 pattern, we're literally copying the root notes of the chords. So if we scroll up here to go back to our original chords pattern, we're going to take the root or bass notes of these chords. If you remember, we revoiced some of these chords though. So actually this chord here is a B minor 7th chord, even though it looks like this. So the bass note for this chord would actually be the B. So we would have an F sharp, a B, and the C sharp was the root note for this chord. We can then click on all of these by pressing Control and left clicking on the notes we want to carry over, pressing Control and C to copy, and then going back to the 808 pattern and pressing Control and V to paste this in. You'll notice these notes are slightly different. If you remember, we pitched the chords down by 3 semitones. So these were the notes that we pasted in, but now they're 3 semitones lower. So technically we can go up here, go to View, Scale Highlighting, and change this down 3 notes. 1, 2, 3, we're now in D sharp minor. I've also pitched notes up and down octaves. As long as they're the same notes, it doesn't matter if they're in the 6th octave, 5th octave, or 4th octave. But you'll find that most of these drum sounds sound good around the 4th and the 5th octaves. Here's how this 808 pattern sounds. You'll notice there's a few gaps. This is where we'll be adding the second 808. Now that we've got the 808 down, we can layer this in a new pattern with a kick. This will play at the same time as the 808. This helps add punch to our 808s. For the kick, we're going to play the same note of C though, rather than playing different notes. That's because an 808 is a melodic instrument and this isn't. Well, technically your kick drum can be, but since a kick has such a short tail, you really don't notice the melodic effect of this. Here's how the 808 sounds with the new kick pattern combined. Now we can add our hi-hat pattern in. We're going to want to add some quick rolls, so we're going to click up here to change the snap to grid. All of these higher snap to grids have smaller intervals so you can add more notes. Let's change it to half step. Remember, most drums sound best on the note C because they're not melodic instruments. You'll notice there's a weird triplet bounce at the end here. I did this by going up to the snap to grid and changing it to a 3rd beat. And now you can see it fits perfectly on the intervals. Next, we're going to add this snare pattern. Which we can layer with this snare. And finally, this open hat. And now we just need to arrange the beat, and here's how it will sound all together. By the way, if you want access to Grain X4, which I use for all the sounds in this video, then make sure to check the link in the description where it's currently 70% off.